down at the feet of his receiver.
This is a perfect example of what separates the elite quarterbacks. Has his man open, way too anxious, ends up firing it in there with way too much zip on it. The great ones, they know how to relax and put the appropriate velocity on the football.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henley. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
380, run! Set, 380, run! Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Ready.
Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Dobbins, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after them, put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Set. Ready.
One more time with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Set.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gus Edwards from 6 yards away. And the Chargers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's one deep for Pickens. It got his man complete. Still going. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens, 76 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 7-7, our score after 1. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Go.
Now it's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 10 more there and another 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Dobbins trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Rolling to his right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. Herbert going to keep it on the sneak. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
Hey, go lion.
Herbert going to keep it on the sneak. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Off to the races. Moving inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Pat Freiermuth taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Tip. Tip.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. Open man, it's Palmer. That'll go for a gain of 7,
let's go.
and that'll bring up second down.
Five nine.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on third down.
21.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Set. 380. You're not. Home to troops right. Why did it happen?
Play action. It's Herbert. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
OP. Go.
Here's Herbert. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Eluding the pressure right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Ray.
Here's Herbert. And that's going to be caught downfield by Chark. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, L.A. DJ Chark, 71 yards. And the Chargers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Wilson. Completes it to Austin. He's to the 15. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Calvin Austin, 81 yards. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their...
And now off to the races, down the right side. DJ Chark, and he's in for a Charger touchdown. DJ Chark. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. He'll get this to the 24, and it's second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. On the give, it's Warren. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the Steelers have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Setting up the screen here to Edwards. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That is caught, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Flush to his right. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
59.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Go.
Herbert now. He'll buy some time right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually His internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And his throw here's incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
5-9, 5-9.
Herbert. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Ready.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Set. Set.
Herbert to throw. It's Edwards again. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Gus Edwards with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing now is Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I don't know if you need the big shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Wilson to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them, because of the incompletion, a very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
Pass complete to Harris. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st, as he can only get this to the 30.
They got the completion. Now, they probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their 4th down play.
Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Set. 380. Set.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Another run here with Dobbins.
You know that old expression, it's not my night?
Go.
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Green 80. Run. Green 80. Run. What is it?
Herbert now to throw. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us, for my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women.
Welcome inside legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Already.
And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed, and he's tracked down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss,
Here we go.
second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
That's over the middle and intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get a... We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Here we go. Smash, red. Ready?
Here's Love, operating out of the pistol. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Slice boom. Set, ready.
Out of the shotgun. It's Bud. Completes this one. That's Christian Watson. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right side, and look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen,
Let's go.
they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
He'll manage only a couple.
On the ball.
Jimmy Ward that time shuts it down.
Hut, hut.
He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he nearly got free. But
Hurry,
as it
hurry.
is, gain of 6. And it sets up third down.
Hut.
Running here with Jacobs. A good run there to the 34-yard line. That is a first down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this third and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Here's first and 10.
Here we go, set.
On play action, Love. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And it'll lead to a second down.
Come on, set. Hut.
Back to the air, it's Love. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's third and 10.
Set, hut. Set.
From the gun, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And this will remain a scoreless ball game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact. This ball carrier to no gain, that is a complete safety play.
So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played. Third and 5.
Here we go, let's go.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that is incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And that'll set up fourth down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out. Not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on. All right, Mike, so in a situation like this, I would love to see the quarterback think first down. I don't need a touchdown. I need a fresh set of downs. I need to keep the chains moving and give me more opportunities to hopefully end this drive with a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
Set. Set. Go.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers.
This is where you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. A return coming from the 14. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Here we go.
He'll begin down the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
Here we go.
Stroud. And that is incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back and say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it's...
This is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
Let's go now. Ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Love. He's going to tuck it and go. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Mike, this is an impressive run, especially considering the fact it was zone coverage. That's a lot of defenders with eyeballs in the backfield focused on the quarterback. So to be able to escape the pocket and pick up good yardage, really good play.
Ready.
They'll run the draw with Jacobs.
Well, anytime you dial up a draw, Mike, you have the defensive line and the linebackers accounted for. Who you don't have is any of the secondary defenders. It's a perfectly timed secondary safety blitz. He's able to get in the backfield and stop this play before it even had a chance to get started.
On the set.
Here's 3rd and 2.
Down. Ready.
Now Love. That is caught by the tight end. Under crack. Touchdown, Green Bay. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like, well, when you were playing, you know where that guy's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, Mike, we say we don't run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and especially against zone coverage. Down here in the red zone, the rule is if you're open, stay open. Don't run past an open zone to get covered. That's exactly what this tight end does here. Friendly target, ball on time, touchdown.
This will be returned from the 6. Past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36.
Here we go. Good.
To throw is Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
All right.
Stroud to throw. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away. A good down, it's an incomplete.
So as halftime moves, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock.
On the quick, right?
Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream, a pick-6 for touchdown. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick-6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now we've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick-6.
Both teams ready to go once more. as the kick's away. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
All right.
Back to throw. Stop. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on. Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
And that is incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And 3rd down coming. They will work the middle and mix it. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. 2nd and 10. Stroud going to set up the throw. He's going to look downfield once again. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. And no chance to return this one.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And he returns this to the 22. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now 3rd down and very long. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense holds on the night's opening drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Down the right sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 39 yards. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
DC, ready? Get on! On!
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
We got to make what a shot! What a shot!
They'll try to run for it with Henry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah. Well.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Marcus Williams from his safety spot making a nice play.
Some of the big boppers in the game traditionally have been safeties, and he certainly fits that mold. He lets his pads do his talking.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Toss right side to Pacheco.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 43 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Well, no hesitations. They go right back to Kelsey.
And they'll get this down to the 10. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That is caught by Rice for a Chiefs touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Jackson going to shift him around.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
2nd and 10.
Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They're going to try and throw.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Throwing is Jackson, rolling to his right. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, as the first half is winding down.
And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Here's Steven Sims on the return from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Touchdown!
Zay Flowers.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kick.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Acrisure. Ty Chandler to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Go set. Reset.
Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here we go, set. Reset.
Here's 2nd and 14. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You'd like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Set.
3rd down, here's Jones. And he's brought down for a loss.
Here we go, here we go.
Working quickly here.
Oh, lady. Reset.
They're going for this. Headed out right. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. They're clean and to pick it off. And the Steelers get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set. Grenade.
Carry, this is now Gene Harris. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one,
here we go.
He's going to run right through
Set.
you.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal.
Set. Body. Good shot.
Wilson now from the gun. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Come on, we need these 3 points. Chris Boswell for the point after.
Time, focus.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Chandler now on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, side. Right side.
They'll give up the middle to Jones. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Sit high.
They'll start with a give to Harris. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Sit high. Go.
Off play action. It's Fields. Flushed out of the pocket. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him. He's got a huge gain and a first down.
Here we go, side.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. Flush out now to his left. Throw left side finds Fireman. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of down. Big check of field and sets him up with 1st and goal.
Here we go. We're good. Sit high.
From the red zone now. Buys time, rolling right. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a 7-point lead in the 1st. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Chandler now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Here we go, side.
Now Darnold. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. So before they can set up... We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it.
Go side.
They still have 10 to go here. It's 2nd down. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
Here we go, side. Right side.
Here's Darnold. Oh, he put inside the 35-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. The tone of this drive.
And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Darnold looking to throw. Buying some time right. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
They get 2 on the play, and now they've got first and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
We're going to set.
Back now, pressure on its way. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. Reichert on for the point after. And he hits the extra points. Little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now here's Ross. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Oh, he's going to run for it. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Russ now from the gun. He's on the move. This is the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big...
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
Throwing now, following the turnover. The next one is back, Aaron Jones. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a punt. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Here we go, set.
To throw, here's Darnold. Chased out to his right. And they can't connect on the third down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got fourth down.
Set. Set.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Trying for the deep ball. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers might be able to get some points late after the interception.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Here we go.
On first and 10, it's Fields. He beams one deep right. They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Vikings get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. From his own end zone, here we go. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, first and 10.
Here we go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He can run it. Return ball's out, lost it. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Here we go, set. Reset.
First and 10, here's Jones. He was descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up second and 9.
Go, set. Reset.
Staying on the ground, Jones. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with third and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Reset.
They'll throw on third and long. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked up by Joe
because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
First carry for the versatile backcourt, Darrell Patterson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
go. All right.
Here goes Patterson. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Here we go, Scott.
A pistol snap. Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd
Here
down.
we go, Scott. All right.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to punt this away. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game.
This is our last chance.
And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Scott. Hey, Scott.
Straight ahead, they go to Jones. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Hey, Scott.
From the 24. He rolls to his right. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. 1st and 10 from the 41.
Scott. Scott.
They'll run here following the penalty. The defenders are there to get him at the line. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
We're going to start. Go red, 80. Hey, Scott.
Darnold. He's going deep this time. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Mika Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers take over once again after forcing his 4th interception of the night. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But
Here we
there
go.
were 4.
Tonight.
He probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Offense up to the line fast.
Set.
Second down here, another hit to Harris. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Set out.
And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set out. Go.
Staying on the ground. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That run good for a gain of 2, and just like that, we've hit our 2-minute warning. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Here we go. Set out. Set out.
He's back to throw. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set down. That's a Steelers first down.
Teams go to this
Here we go.
concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes it's breaking the right coverage, a much bigger impact play, just like that.
That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up.
Here we go.
It forces the incompletion.
Set out.
Harris gets it on the counter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Here we go.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Set out.
Harris once more. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. It's only 2 on the pickup, and it's an interesting call for them now on 4th down.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Oh, he missed it! The pressure got to him on that short attempt. And their lead will remain unchanged in the 4th.
You would think the kickers should be automatic from anything inside of 40 yards, but I guess that could serve as a little gentle reminder you can never take any kick for granted. So many things have to go right each time for it to be up and good.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
We go. Set.
Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. Well, Brock, the fans, all right. Here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the finish line as they escape with a victory. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.